Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to discuss about list comprehension in Python. So what exactly is list comprehension? List comprehension is a way to create lists using for loop in a single statement. So if you remember my video from a couple of weeks back, then we discussed about how to create a for loop and how to create a list as well. But if you remember, the for loop had multiple statements. So the first statement actually defines the for loop, and then the statements inside the for loop basically decides what exactly to be done. Using a list comprehension, you got the opportunity to write everything that you write in a simple for loop in just a single statement. So using list comprehension, you can create a list in a single statement using for loop. So let's jump straight into the video and see how you can actually do it. So on my screen, you can see that I have created a variable called my_name, and this variable has my name, which is 5 characters long. What I want to do now is I want to create a list, and the list should have each characters of my name as the list items. So how we can achieve it? So if you remember my for loop concept, then you will write the normal for loop something like this. So for example, for character in my_name. So before that you need to create an empty list, say for example my name characters. Okay, so how you can create a list is you can just specify an empty bracket here. So I have created a my_name_characters empty list, and within this empty list I want to add each characters of my name within a for loop. So to do that, I will do the list name dot append. So the append function takes the character. Okay. So when I do this, my empty list will have each of these characters appended one by one. So when the for loop executes for the first time, it will add A to this empty list, and in the second iteration it adds N, and so on till P. So if I print something after the for loop is finished, for example, if I want to print my name characters, which is the list, so we will try to execute this program and see what happens in the console. So to execute this program, I have to type python space list underscore comprehension.py. So this is basically the name of my file, and if I press the enter, so now you can see that the list gets printed and the list has items which are basically the characters of my name. So this is really simple, but now we have not used list comprehension so far. But as part of this video, we want to simplify it and do it using list comprehension. Let's see how we can do this. So after this print statement, I will write my list comprehension code. So what we can do is we will copy the for loop as it is from here. Okay, and everything should be inside the square brackets. So the square brackets encloses this whole stuff here. So this is basically for character in my_name, which is exactly the same as we did earlier, but now we will also specify what needs to be added to this list. So basically we need to add character to this list, right? So this is the simple for loop that we used earlier, but with a minor modification. And with this one line, you are creating a list, and I can name this list as maybe say temp list. Okay, so the temp list will be a list of characters, and where are these characters coming from? These characters are the characters of my_name variable, which is Anup. And if I try to print this, I should be able to see something similar to what we saw in the console earlier. So before that, I will just comment out all these lines which is not required, and if I execute this program now, you can see that the output is exactly the same as we have seen earlier. So that means instead of writing these 1, 2, 3 and 4 lines of code, we could achieve the same result by just typing 2 lines of code. So this is the beauty of list comprehension, that you can write for loop and create a list in a single statement and without having to type in a lot of code. I hope this is clear to you. And in this list comprehension example, we will also see how we can add maybe some conditional statements and also perform some operations on the final variable which is saved to the list. So in the list comprehension, you also get the opportunity to add some conditional statements. So what exactly does that mean? That means that if you add some conditional statement here using, say, for example, if, and in that case, whenever this condition passes, only then the value of characters gets saved into this list. Okay, so I can say something like if character is, say, for example, O. Okay, so if the character in the for loop is O, only then save it to the list, and if it is not O, then do not save it to the list. Let's execute this program and see what output we get. So you can see that in the list we just have the two O's from my name, and the remaining alphabets are not saved to this list. So similar to this, you can also do A here, and the output should change now. So you can see that it only saves A to the list and the remaining characters are just discarded. So similar to the conditional statement that you have done here, you can also perform certain operations to the data which is getting saved into the list using the list comprehension. So one of the thing which you can try now is basically converting the character which is getting saved into an uppercase maybe. So here you can see that all the letters here are in lowercase, but while creating the list I'm trying to make it in uppercase. So let's see how we can do this. So for that I need to so this is basically the string. So character here is basically the string, right? So the strings have a property of upper. So if I do the character dot upper, then it should convert the character to the uppercase and only then save it to my list. So let's execute this, and oh sorry, so you can see some error here, which is basically because it's not a property, rather a function. So if I execute this now after adding the round brackets here, then this should work. So yes, so you can see that it prints the uppercase A, which means the character is uppercased before saving it to the list. Now if I remove the if condition here, then all the characters of my name should be uppercased before saving it to the list. So yes, if I print this, you can see that all the characters are now in uppercase. So let's jump into your homework now. So as part of your homework, maybe you can create a list using the list comprehension, and maybe the numbers starting from 1 to 1000. Okay, so you have to create a for loop which iterates through the numbers starting from 1 to 1000, and then you have to save the square. Okay, so the square of only the even numbers. Okay, so you have to create a list using list comprehension, and you have to iterate through the numbers 1 to 1000, and you have to create the square of each of these numbers which are only the even numbers. So you do not have to create the square of odd numbers but just the even numbers. So for example, if I hit number 2, then I have to save 4. So if I hit number 4, I have to save 16. Okay, so this is really simple. So it's almost exactly the same as I have shown in this video, and you have to perform some operation in number before saving it, and then also you can add an if condition and put some condition in order to only use the even numbers, right? So I think it's really simple. You can try it at home, and if you face any problem writing this program, just feel free to comment on this video and I will try to help you out as soon as possible. And I hope you are getting value in this video. If you are getting value, please click the like button, and if you are new to this channel, please also click the subscribe button as well as click the bell icon so that you get notified once I upload my next video on YouTube for Python tutorial for beginners. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.